Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, my name is Callie. I'm very glad you're here. Today's video is going to be my mid-year book tag. So what that means is basically I'll be going over some of my reading stats from the beginning of this year up until this point. They are grim, but there is still time to meet my reading goal, which I will. Trust, I've met my reading goal for the past 3 years at least. I think 4 years actually. So there is no reason not to meet it this year. My reading goal is 40 books, but without further ado, let's start to get into the questions. I'm going to first say what my reading goal is and how many books I've read towards that goal. I will let you know I am behind. My goal is 40 books for this year, and I have read 15. I need to read 6 books to get back on track according to Goodreads. The first question is, what is the best book you have read so far in 2025? The answer for me is going to be Heartless by Marissa Meyer. I gave this book 4.5 stars. If you don't know what it is an Alice in Wonderland retelling. However, it's almost a prequel retelling in the fact that it's a retelling of the Queen of Hearts' early coming of age. That's a good way to put it. Queen of Hearts coming of age, and it's amazing. I loved it. 4.5, I am very harsh on my ratings. For me to rate something 4.5, it is good. Okay, trust me when I say this. It is also a standalone. If you're looking for a quick, easy standalone fantasy, go read it. Especially if you enjoy Alice in Wonderland. I immediately, as soon as I finished the book, fan art, everything. Don't look up fan art before you start it, okay? I'm just gonna tell you now. But I did watch Alice in Wonderland almost immediately after finishing it. Question number 2 is best sequel. So the best sequel that I've read so far this year is going to be Twisted Games by Anna Huang. I gave that book 3.75 stars, which is also a good rating for me. I really enjoyed it. I did not like Twisted Love that much, so the fact that I enjoyed Twisted Games was great. You know, I enjoyed the characters more, I enjoyed the plotline more, everything about it was better, okay? Next up, we have new release you haven't read yet, but want to. For that, I picked Atmosphere by Taylor Jenkins Reid. If you don't know Taylor Jenkins Reid, I'm sure you do. She wrote Daisy Jones and the Six, Malibu Rising, One True Loves, so many bangers, okay? My favorite Taylor Jenkins Reid book is Malibu Rising. Take that as you will. Take that as you will, okay? But I am very excited to read this book. I'm going to go ahead and pull up the synopsis and read it to you guys in case you don't know what Atmosphere is about, so I can describe it to you in the best way. Joan Goodwin has been obsessed with the stars for as long as she can remember. Thoughtful and reserved, Joan is content with her life as a professor of physics and astronomy at Rice University and as an aunt to her precious niece, Frances. That is, until she comes across the advertisement seeking the first women scientists to join NASA's Space Shuttle program. Suddenly, Joan burns to be one of the few people to go to space. It's a really long synopsis. That's all I'm going to read just to keep this video a little bit concise. But it sounds amazing. I can't wait to read it personally. The next question is, what is your anticipated release for the second half of the year? For me, I have 2 answers. One answer is the 4th and I believe final book in the Rose Hill series by Elsie Silver. But the answer I'm going to give is Accomplice to the Villain. I have so many mixed feelings about that series. The first book, I think I gave 2 stars, or like 1.75. I did not enjoy it, but it got me hooked. The concept was just too original. And obviously I read the second book, but just for Kingsley, okay? That's the only reason I read it. But I did enjoy it more. I think the fact that it is labeled an adult book is outrageous. I thought it was young adult, which is fine. I still continue to read and enjoy young adult books, but anyways, that's all I'm going to say about that. That is my most anticipated release for the second half of 2025. Next up, we have my biggest surprise so far of the year. So I put down The Bromance Book Club by Alyssa K. Adams. I gave that book 4.5 stars. It's amazing for me, okay? That's amazing. I read it in the spring and I just enjoyed it so much. Just the vibes, the banter, the plot. Like, I was literally giggling, okay? I was giggling out loud. That's all you need to know. Next up, we have my favorite debut author or an author new to me. For that, I put Lyssa Kay Adams. The Bromance Book Club was the first book of hers that I've read. And believe it or not, I did pick up the second book in that series at the library the other day. So I will be starting this probably this week because I am filming a reading vlog for you guys. Okay? And for me, I think I'm finally emerging from my reading slump, which is very good. The next question is your most recent fictional crush. I put Lachlan Kane from this. He is from Leather and Lark, which if you don't know, that is the second book in the Ruinous Love trilogy. I believe it's only a trilogy. I don't know. I just finished Leather and Lark. The next question is a book that made me cry. I've not cried yet this year. It takes a lot. I have to be really connected to the characters. Heartless was close. I'll give that an honorable mention, okay? Next up, we have a book that made me happy. I'm going to put Leather and Lark. It had me giggling, okay? It had me laughing. I thought it was funny and enjoyable, and I did give Leather and Lark, I believe, 3 stars, maybe 3.5. At the beginning, I was close to 2 stars, which is unfortunate just because the plot didn't engage me as much as the plot of Butcher and Blackbird. The next question is, what is the most beautiful book that you have bought or received? So I'm going to grab that for you. I'll be right back. The answer to this question is none other than this edition of the Iliad translated by Emily Wilson. It is gold foiled and has deckled edges and is just gorgeous. Next up, we have what book do you need to read by the end of the year? The answer for me is none. I'm just going to read whatever I am feeling, whatever I want to read. I'm a big mood reader, so who knows what's in the cards for me. I'm going to say, for sure, Undercover Bromance. Obviously, I checked it out from the library. So we'll go with that. But everything else, it's in the air. We'll see. Now you might be wondering, how many books have you rated 5 stars so far this year? Well, it's funny you're wondering that because that's the next question. But the answer is none. I'm very strict on my ratings. Nothing has given me the 5-star feeling yet, if you know what I mean. Some people don't rate based off of that, but I do. I know a 5-star when I read it, and I haven't read any, which is okay. I'm perfectly fine waiting for the next one to come. Next question is, what books do you want to reread this year, the remainder of the year? For that, I'm going to answer Harry Potter. I just grabbed the first book because I'm not lifting up all 7 for you to see. I read this book when I was in 5th or 6th grade, I think going into 6th grade, and I grew up with them. I have not reread them since then, however, I have rewatched the movies. I think it's worth a reread, and I will be excited to do that. I want to also rewatch the movies. I have all 8 movies, so in the fall maybe, perhaps. I'm really bad. I say every single year, I'm going to reread The Hunger Games. I'm going to reread Harry Potter. And then I never do. The Hunger Games next year, though. The Hunger Games next year, I promise you. Promise. A book I enjoyed with mixed reviews. I didn't really find anything that I read for this. I would say I mainly disliked things that a lot of people enjoyed. 2 examples off the top of my mind. One is going to be Twisted Love by Anna Huang. I think I gave it 2 stars, maybe like 2.75. I didn't like it and I wouldn't recommend it. I would, however, recommend Twisted Games and Twisted Lies. You can skip Twisted Height, which is also one of the most popular ones, but I just didn't enjoy it. The other answer I have is going to be Lore Olympus, and I have that somewhere on my shelves. Somewhere. But, oh, it's right here. Hold on. Okay, my next answer is going to be Lore Olympus. This is volume 1 by Rachel Smith. Now, the artwork is gorgeous. Obviously, it's a graphic novel. I think the colors are so interesting, and it's very well done. The artwork, I just don't like it, I don't think. Do I want to continue reading it? Yes. Will I probably buy the rest of the series? Yes. But it's just one I personally didn't enjoy as much. Okay, so we are coming to the end of this video, and the last question is going to be, what are your 5-star predictions for the rest of this year? I have 2 that are on my physical TBR, and the first one is Lore by Alexandra Bracken. If you don't know her, she wrote the Darkest Minds trilogy, which is a young adult dystopian trilogy, and it is amazing, okay? You need to go read it. Seriously, I think I gave the first book 4 stars, the second book 4 stars. I think the last one, like 3. But it is so good. The series overall, love. You need to read it, okay? But if you don't know what this book is about, it is a Greek myth retelling, and it kind of has like a game element to it. The next book that I picked out for my 5-star predictions is going to be The Nightingale by Kristen Hanna. I've read 2 other Kristen Hanna books. I've read The Four Winds, which I didn't like that much. I've read The Women, which I loved. That is my favorite Kristen Hanna book I've read so far. And then I also read The Great Alone, which I also really enjoyed. So I have high hopes for this. This might be the first one to make me cry. We'll see. That brings us to the end of this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you guys in my reading vlog coming up soon. Make sure to like and subscribe.